Check, 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 check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You can't see me, but I can see you. Back again, once again, family and friends. This is another episode of WYN. That's right, WYN. What's your name? Back again for the next time. It's been a while. It's been a long time. So I just wanted to put it down for this time because normally you will see me doing Tuesdays and Thursdays with my partner, my player partner, the number two, stunner, number whatever you be saying, third. But I'm just here to give you a good word. So I ain't gonna be on here long, but I got a few things that I want to share out. So let me go ahead and get back to me. Uh, and basically we're gonna just we're gonna rap a little bit. We're gonna rap a little tad. So on this particular show, I'm bringing it back. I'm cranking it back up because I just said I was gonna do it, and I'm here to do it. Hold on, let me get my put my cap on like Ti do. Cause the king back. The king say you back, man. Let me see if I can sun her up. But on this particular show, I ain't gonna really talk much about sports. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about life, living, and loving yourself and being good to yourself. I'm gonna do a little tag and see if I can get some people to tune in, chime in, and see what I got going on. But right now, I just want to share a few things. So, of course, like I said, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have the WYN network. That's my channel on YouTube. That's my channel on that's the name of my channel on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. But you can also find me on Facebook Live as I do my thing. I'm learning the ins and outs of doing what I do on this particular platform. Still getting familiar with it, but the key is to keep doing it and to get better with it. So let me just see what we can talk about today. So first and foremost, like I said, this is the WYN network. I want to get back into it, get back into the motion, and share some things. Uh, Firstly, let's our thoughts and prayers that go out to everybody that was impacted by the storms. You know what I mean? The ice storms came through a broad range of states across the country, and we know some people may be more accustomed to dealing with it, but others may not. But shouts out to them, y'all in our thoughts and our prayers. Terry he actually lives in Tennessee, so the ice still has impacted them, and they're without power right now and things of that nature. But on this particular show, I wanted to focus on what's your name. A lot of times we go throughout life and we make a name for ourselves, good, bad, and indifferent, right or wrong. But I just want us to think about that as we go through our day to day, and also as we project what we want to be in life. Man, what do you want to be known for? Who do you want to be? I know I answer to a couple of different names. Y'all see the name that I have on it, just me, J Dub, the one and only, the real JW. You know what I'm saying? Justin, that y'all know me as well. But of course, also I'm a father, I'm a family member, I'm a husband, things of that nature. I've been an educator. I'm still an educator. Um, I'm a professional. You know, I am a bus driver. You know what I'm saying? I am a a person, a human being, a man, a black man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you all to think about what names you are and what names you make for yourself. And that's the whole objective of this particular show is to tap in and just kind of share out what people have made a name for themselves as. Because I know a lot of times we kind of see the glitz and the glamour and the fame and the fortune, but we don't necessarily focus our attention on the everyday heroes or those everyday superheroes or those everyday important people that you may encounter in passing and you may not even notice it. A lot of times I take the time to just, observe and notice, and then tap in with people because you never know who you may learn something from and what you may be able to learn, what they may be able to learn from you, as well as what you may be able to learn from them. But those are the things that I want this show to be a focus of. And with that being said, I do definitely want to have some people on. I want to have some people that will come in and share their experiences, share where they have been, where they currently are, and where they see themselves going. So I like to definitely highlight the people that have done it right. You know, a lot of times people have highlighted those that have strayed so far off the path to learn lessons from. Whereas you have some people that can show you that, hey man, you don't have to necessarily go so far left or whatever. You can go right and do great things. You know, sometimes you don't have to learn the hard way. You can learn from others' mistakes, definitely, but you can also learn from people making good choices, making wise choices, making positive choices. So definitely, we all mess up. We all have to learn one way or another. But I just want you all to just kind of make sure we realize that sometimes it's not the fancy, exciting, or just such a deep rooted struggle of things that you may be having to learn from. You may be able to learn from the boring stuff, the simple stuff. You may realize that somebody's doing the work each and every day, taking the steps, taking the action, and being true to it. You know what I mean? They're putting in the reps, they're putting in the focus and the intensity and dedication to it. So I'm definitely gonna have some people on, and I want them to kind of focus on what's their name. Like I said, I do Tuesdays and Thursdays with Terry. Third, he goes by a couple names, Mr. DiBiase, you know, um, clothing designer, entrepreneur. My brother, he's an entrepreneur. I got my partner Jermaine out there. He's doing his thing. He's a fireman. He's a father. He's an entrepreneur, businessman. Those three individuals I have named, they definitely have some things that we can all learn from one another, and others can learn from them. Um, Shout out to Borderless Savage. He's something that just burst onto the scene, sharing his story from how he was able to, turn a negative into a positive and go from felony to millions. You know what I'm saying? With the truck driving industry. Sometimes we may not see it, but we don't realize that there are a lot of businesses and options out there for us that we may not even realize is an option that can work. You just have to work it. One thing about it is you have to put in the work and you have to work it, definitely. So, with that being said, I'm just going to just share my screen for a moment. And I just want you to see that. Let me see what I'm trying to do over here. I want to go to entire screen. That's what I want to do. On my screen, too, if you can see that, this is my old branding for WYN. I still may use this particular GIF from time to time, but you see my rebrand that I have from the intro scenes. I'm gonna play with it, mess around with it, add some music to it, and just dress it up. But right now I just said I wanted to commit that having something shared today. I wanted to commit to having a video that I was gonna do today. Even though my partner ain't with me today, I also have some other things that I've been said that I was going to get back into because I've done these from time to time over the years between 24 and 25. And I'm just saying I'm going to get back into it. Another show, WYN, well, the WYN network has the show, of course, WYN. But beyond that, I have another show, Unpopular Opinion. I just had to let that play a little bit longer because I like how that sound, how that ride out. I'm back to get into that, but that's my little intro that I put together. I'm gonna do some more with that. And unpopular opinion, I like to focus on things that may not be. I'm not on a clout chasing. I'm not on talking about, you know, just doing stuff for clicks and whatnot. I'm out here trying to share logically sound opinions that may not be the popular opinion, because sometimes in life we realize that the popular opinion may not be the right opinion. A lot of time people will go along with what somebody else said, what somebody else heard, or what just seems to be the norm. So that's going to be a show that gives a lot of perspective on different things, whether it be sports related, news related, social related, life related, whatever it might be. But unpopular opinion is definitely a show that I feel like y'all need to tap in with me on. I want to have some guests on that. I want to have some people that will come in and show up and show out, and definitely just share that. Look, it don't always have to be hard. It definitely ain't easy, but you gotta definitely be willing to be yourself unapologetically. But I'm not saying just go out here and be rude and disrespectful. But you definitely have to make sure that you bring your perspective to the table and show the value in that, if you will. So one show on the WYN network is WYN. What's your name? Second show on the WYN network is Unpopular Opinion. Um, Beyond Unpopular Opinion, I have one more that I'm definitely thinking that you all will like and enjoy. And definitely I want you to like, share, subscribe, and tap in, because I need some people to definitely be with me on this next one. I don't even know if I exported my intro. I did, but either way, let me share my screen once more. Go back to restream, entire screen, screen two. What you see before you is a vault. You may or may not be able to guess the name of the show, but that is some of the branding or some of the images I was able to create for the show, The Sneaker Vault. Don't take my image. I created that with AI. This is my proprietary uh, creation. So I want you to tap in, lock in with me on the Sneaker Vault. We're gonna start talk sneakers. We're gonna talk the culture. We're gonna talk about a lot of things, and we definitely want to have you to tap in with what we got going on. Because the Sneaker Vault, that's gonna be one of them shows I just like to have some fun with. Basically, I'm gonna talk about the shoes that I like, the shoes that I have, the shoes that you may have, and ways that you may want to buy, sell, and trade. Ways you maybe know how to restore them, different styles of the way you wear them. You know what I mean? How you may accessorize them with the shoelaces and whatnot. But a lot of things that go on with that, that will probably be the lightest show that I have, because that particular show I just want to have some fun with it. You know, it's a little bit about fashion as it relates to how you put your fits together and whatnot. But the Sneaker Vault is definitely going to be about the shoes. It's all about the shoes. What you got in your sneakers? What do you have in your Sneaker Vault? Live from the Sneaker Vault, y'all. That's gonna be a fun one. I want some of y'all to tap in with me, because I know y'all got your sneaker game. I know y'all got some tucked away, hidden away in your sneaker vault. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. So what I want to do is get you on the show so we can tap in with one another and see what kind of drip we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be a show that I just really want to have some fun with, man. Just really talk about sneakers, You know what I mean? How sneakers impacted us, some of the sneakers you had growing up, some of the sneakers you never had that you always wanted. I'm gonna have three recurring questions. What's your favorite pair of sneakers? It could be a single specific pair. It could be a brand of sneakers. So I want to know that. I want to definitely know that. You know what I mean, from the people that are in the chat, the people that are commenting on this video, if you're on YouTube, and definitely my guests. That's gonna be one question I'm always gonna ask. What is your favorite pair? What is your favorite sneaker? It could be a single pair or it could be a particular brand. The second question that I'm gonna definitely ask each and every person, and I'm gonna revisit this from time to time myself. What is a sneaker that you have always wanted that you have yet to get? It could have been something you had, something you aspired to get as a child, something that you have noticed now, something that you have just recently gotten into. Because I mean, I got a broad range of kicks, man. I mean, my kicks go from Pumas, Asics, New Balance, you know what I mean, Nikes, Jordans, things of that nature. So I got a little range with mine, and I just want to kind of see what type of range you might have with yours. How do you accessorize them? How do you, just aspire to wear them? How do you maintain them? Things of that nature. Do you restore them? You know what I mean? Do you buy, sell, and trade with them? I definitely want to really have some fun with that particular show. So the sneaker vault, that's one that I really, really am looking forward to doing more of. On the first episode of the sneaker vault, that was my pilot episode. I actually took it a different route, man. I didn't want to just jump right in and talk about the shoes. I actually decided to kind of give a macro perspective on the culture itself. And that particular video is on my YouTube page. I'm actually gonna show you where you can go back and watch that one because I do want you to know where to locate me on YouTube. But on that particular one, I went on to Tubi, and these particular these particular movies may or may not still be there. I don't know, but I just want you to know that if you watch this, you can definitely get some insight on some on some things you may want to definitely look at. So let me go to it. Hold on. Hold up. All right, yeah. All right. So this particular video on my YouTube page is titled "The Sneaker Vault Pilot." All right. The Sneaker Vault Pilot that is on the WYN network. That blue diamond with the WYN, that's how you know you on my particular channel. And I'm live right now. So you can see me there, you can find me there. But if you go back to the Sneaker Vault Pilot, this was a show I really enjoyed. And I shared it, I want to say over a year ago, maybe, man. But I've always had some things that, yeah, 10 months ago, I've had some things that I've been trying to rework in my mind about how I would like to actually structure the show. But with this particular show, I got to do what I got to do because I talked about I think it was four documentaries. Yeah. So I give you some recommended documentaries to watch on Tubi. And then from there, I just kind of faded out because I had a lot of people that I reached out to that I was trying to get on because I'm in a couple of different groups on Facebook. Let me stop sharing my screen. You know where to find me, WYN Network. But the thing about it is this. I did my first show and I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out here, gung ho, find people that have sneakers. I want to have that one-on-one interaction. So I'm going through these groups, man. You know, you got a lot of these gatekeepers that be taking some of this stuff too seriously. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there right now, man. Some of these cats in these Facebook groups, they I don't know what it is, man. I guess they just happen to be in charge or something. But I was kind of trying to tap in with some people, but my, my, my post wouldn't get approved or whatever. And it wasn't even like I'm on no spammy type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really just trying to tap in and say, hey, what's up, man? I see what you're sharing. I would love to talk to you. You ain't even got to put your whole collection out there like that if you ain't comfortable. We could just talk about sneakers, chop it up, give me some perspective on your background. You know what I'm saying? Like as it relates to sneakers, we're gonna just keep it all sneakers. We're just gonna keep it right in that lane, right in that sweet spot, right in that niche. But I wasn't getting any responses. Then I had another guy that I ended up running across, and he has a vastly immense, huge, dynamic sneaker collection. And I mean, when I tell you he has a story to tell, I just want him to tell the one story that he told me. I ain't even got to get all in his vault, but I just want y'all to hear from my guy Matt, man. I mean, Matt, he got it like that. I mean, it's wild. Like that's all I'm gonna say. But I definitely am gonna tap in with my guy Third. I'm gonna tap in with Jarrell. I'm gonna tap in with my brother. Uh, I know he be busy, man. He stay on the move, stay on the go, man. Leader. That's another term that another name that you may have made for yourself. You know, WYN network leaders. We all out here trying to be leaders, man. We are striving to be the change that we want to see. And that's one thing I would encourage you to do. That's one thing I would encourage you to be. Strive to be the change that you want to see. Let me see something right quick. See if I can. Okay. Let me see. I think these are the ones that I actually recommended, with the exception of one. Because there was another one about, I think it was called like band or something like that. Let me see if it's on here before I shut my screen again. Excuse me. Nah, it's not on here anymore. Nope. But anyway, I'll show you this right quick. Come on. And, and while I pull that up, making a name for yourself is important for not only you, not only me, but it's important to the people that are important to you. I'm gonna say that again. It is important to the people that are important to you. Things that I'm going out here trying to achieve. I have a vision. I feel like it is my purpose. It has been put on my heart. It's been put in my mind. It's been put in my spirit that I have to go out here and do. I have to be an example for those that don't know me, but also those that do know me. Because I know there are going to be some people that I encounter along the way that I can impact in a positive way, whether it be on a large scale or a small scale. All right. Beyond that, um, the people immediately around me that I impact on a day to day, I have to make sure that they are okay. I have to definitely go out and bring peace, bring happiness, bring joy to their lives. And in making a name for yourself, I want to be known for peace, happiness, joy, health, wealth. You know what I mean? I'm already rich because we all are rich, whether you want to believe it or not. Because you know you're rich in spirit, you're rich in in purpose, you're rich in abilities. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily just the monetary rich that I'm talking about. I'm just speaking plentiful and abundant. We have plentiful and abundant opportunities, chances to go out and capitalize on what it is that we want to achieve, the way we want to achieve it. I want to get a hand clap for that. I think I want a hand clap for that. Hand clap for that. Round of applause, definitely. But okay, thank you. That's enough. All right. But going back to what I was talking about with the sneak about, share my screen right quick. If you go on Tubi, these are some of the moves that I recommended. So you got Sneaker Hustle. Wait a minute, what the other ones went? Oh, okay, here we go. Sneaker Hustle, Sneakerheads, that's a good one. Sneaker Shopping, and then there was another one about the Jordans being banned, but that was the pilot show for the Sneaker Vault that I kicked it off with, and just kind of said, okay, instead of me just talking, okay, kicks and culture or whatever, I'm gonna look at the macro aspect of it and kind of see what has gone on in the past around the country and in other places. So if you watch my first pilot episode on my YouTube page, you'll definitely be able to see those recommendations. But back to the WYN, what's your name? Always make sure you're making a name for yourself, and also make sure that name is a name that you could be proud of. I said I wasn't gonna be on here long. I think I'm gonna just stop right at the 30-minute mark. But I did want to definitely come back or come up with something that I could share, that I can create, because, like I said, I'm an educator. I am a professional. I'm a bus driver. A father, things of that nature. But I'm also aspiring to be an example, an influencer, and not just like the influencer as the buzzword is, but someone that makes an impact. I'm a student. I'm a teacher. I am one that wants to be a creator, because I do like to build. I do like to work with my hands. I do have I do work with technology often, so I want to make sure that I'm also sharpening and enhancing those skills in those areas. I want to be more comfortable in front of the camera. Um, Definitely want to make sure that I can kind of learn about how to scale things of this nature. Also, investor, because that's one of the topics that I'm going to be definitely talking about routinely on this, being an investor, because I've drafted up like curriculums and things of that nature on financial literacy, on that particular subject, and investment club, investment groups, and I have some books that I'm currently reading now, as well as ones that I've read in the past I'm going to revisit. But that's one of the topics that I definitely feel like we all should be a little bit more knowledgeable of, because we live in a capitalist society. So you definitely have to find your way to capitalize in this society. And I like to liken money to gardening. Plant a seed, watch it grow. Plant you a money tree, watch it grow. Invest and do the things that will make that money grow, make that interest compound your interest. Now, I'm about out of time, and I think I've done what I set out to do. I wanted to come back, have a show. I'm normally doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at this time. But I said, okay, hey, this is my opportunity to create again. I wanted to go back and get back to the 3 shows that I'm doing. I wanted to come back and make sure I said some positive things, share something that you may like, needed to hear, maybe thinking of, and just needed to be reminded of. I definitely wanted to make sure that I'm compassionate and considerate of those that that may have had some negative impact from the storm. I definitely wanted to make sure that I'm doing my part to be light and being the change that I want to see. So once again, strive to be the change you want to see and make a name for yourself. When I first started this, the reason why I chose the name "What's Your Name" is because my father told me in life you have 3 names: the name you were given, the name you were called, and the name that you make for yourself. Go out there and be great. Make that name count. Make that name mean something. Make that name matter. This is WYN.